Hey guys, Nightmare Shadow Gaming here, and today we're doing a Beyblade, or a tutorial on how to make a Lego Beyblade, updated edition. Now, if you guys remember, a little while ago, I made a video talking about showing you how to make a Lego Beyblade. Now, the version shown in that video had a lot of issues, such as the fact that you couldn't really battle it against other against real Beyblades. It would break often. Heck, you couldn't even launch it sometimes because it would break that often. Like, simply, you couldn't launch it that hard, elsewise it would break. And quite a few of the pieces used were quite rare pieces. So I actually decided to try and make a system that allowed for that fixed all the problems. This version doesn't break nearly as much. Doesn't break from launching. I've also designed a sort of launcher modification that allows you to launch it much more powerfully. And you can also battle it against actual Beyblades. I still wouldn't recommend battling it against other Lego Beyblades. But okay, let me just activate the video capture device. Here we are. These are the pieces that you will need in order to make the full Beyblade. Now note, this is the most basic version. It is extremely basic. So a lot of parts can be super customized, but let me just go ahead and empty the page and snap us into the first section, okay? So let's hope you got all the parts from that screen I showed you. You could also go, if you didn't have enough time, which I don't think you would, just go back, pause that screen, and gather all the parts. Note, the colors do not have to be the exact same. You make the colors whatever you want, because, well, I mean, you're the one making a Lego Beyblade based on a tutorial. This is just the base, which you can add on to. Now, first up, we're gonna start off with the chip, like we did last episode. I say last episode, but it's not really a last episode. You know what I mean, but last time I showed you how to make Lego Beyblade. First, we're going to start off with the exact same base. A 2x4 piece. Next up, we're going to take two 2x1 plate pieces. And we're going to put them on the ends of here. Now we're going to take another two and put them on top of those. Now we have our chip. Also, in this area right here in the middle, you can add any sort of designing you want. Like, let me just find some random pieces to make a quick design. Okay. We're just not gonna have to settle without a design, I guess. But oh, okay. We're just gonna take this random plate I found, and we're gonna use it as our design. Note, you can make any design with any amount of pieces. Like, it's gonna have to be, however, you see right here, there has to be, it generally will have to be flat here, and this will have to be one plate above. Those are basically only sort of rules. So now we're going to move that aside, Now, let me go right into the next piece. Okay, these are all the pieces you're going to need for the layer base. Now, you're going to need 6 1x6 plates, 4 1x2 plates, and 4 2x2 corner plates. Now, let's just move all this up a bit. First, we are going to start off with these. Is it just me, or do I feel like I'm missing a piece? Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely missing a piece of the Lego Beyblade. Oh, okay, never mind. No, I'm not. Now, next up, we're going to take these 2 plates and put them on top of here. Make sure just try and square it the best as you can. This is what's going to look like here. Now, here comes the important, let's just angle it like this for the sake of convenience. Now, here comes the question. Do you want to make this Beyblade right spinning or left spinning? Now, if you want to make it dual spin, that'll become a bit finicky, but I actually do have a Lego Beyblade in this system that's a dual spin. In case you remember from last episode, Clockwork Creation, yeah, I upgraded it into this new system, but I actually sort of made its way it works a lot more different, but doesn't matter. Now, do you want to make it right spin or left spin? Now, that is the question. Now, if you want for the sake of this, we're going to assume you want to make it a right spinning Beyblade, because chances are that's probably what's more likely here. Now, if you want to make it right spin, you're going to have to take 2 of these and put them like this. That's going to be right spin. Now, if you want to make it left spin, it's going to be basically the same, but the opposite way. This is going to be, now if you put it like this, it'll be left spin. Now, there's no actual fundamental mechanics here, but it's just a pure design thing. Now, after we've done that, we can now, there we go, take 2 1x2 plates and put them in these gaps here and here. There we go. Now we got something to work with here. Now, what we're going to do next is take... why do I feel like something's missing here? I feel like something is missing. But I don't... What should I have these pieces for? I'm sure it was nothing, but we're going to take these and just lock the whole thing in place. Like that. Simple. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so now we're going to go on the bottom. We're going to flip it over. We're going to take these 2 and put them on here. Boom, like that. Now, we're going to flip it back over. Do the same, but with these. Now, I mean, okay, boom. Now, if you want to do it left spin, just do this, but in reverse. Very complicated, I know. Now, this sort of works like the sparking system, where we take the chip, we just straight up put it on there, and boom. That's sort of how the system works. But in order to get it working, we're going to need the mod. But Now, parts up here. Next up, I'm going to bring in the next series of parts. Also, when I was gonna record the video, I was planning on doing, like, the, analytics thing, where in the video, like, the YouTuber brings up the thing saying only, 10%, like, 5% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So I went to do that, but then figured out 72% of people who watch my videos are subscribed. Wait. Well, no, 72% of my watch time is from subscribers. So, yeah. But, anyway, now on to the next part. I forgot to pause it. Okay, so, now the thing is, for the disc, you can have this really, and I mean really customized. You can make this any way you want. Because you can literally just take a super small piece, but you want what? Give me a sec. Actually, I'm gonna remove the stuff that isn't necessary. Okay, I've removed all the pieces that aren't necessary. Yeah, technically only these 3 pieces are necessary, and even then, these aren't even necessary. Like, all my other Lego Beyblades have very different disc designs. Like, this one has it. Look at this one's disc. It is very different from that. Oh, let me find another one. Let me go get another one. This one's looks like this. The discs can be very varying. So you can basically make the disc however you want. However, there are some rules as to how it has to be made. Because there are some rules. And I'm going to explain them to you. First up, I wouldn't recommend making the disc wider than the layer. Second, I'd recommend making at least one section. Okay, let's just... So basically take these, put them like this. Just then attach this. Boom. This is like the weakest disc in all history. But we're gonna roll with it for now because now this is basically the blank slate. You can go ahead and add anything you'd want to it. Like here is a really, and I mean really complex disc design. And you can sort of... This is a really complex disc, nicknamed Tooth. Cause I think you know why. 'Cause there's 12 Lego teeth pieces on this thing. Meaning 36 spikes are on this disc. This makes for a really, I mean really good attacking disc. But you can sort of see how they're the same on the bottom here. But you make your disc however you want. You can just use this as a blank slate. But we're going to move this up. Next up, we're going to work on the core. Now this is a unique piece, completely unique to my system. Well, I mean, that's different. It's a piece that's not a part of an actual Beyblade. Like, this Beyblade. Anywhere in there do you see a core? I mean, technically the closest you'd get to it is like a metal fight piece thing, but now the core is the most interesting part of the Beyblade, since basically the core can be as small as this or as tall as this. The core's height depends on how tall your layer is. Because the core will go attach under... Okay, let me just... This layer will have a core of 2 pieces tall. So take one piece, put it on top of the other. That's going to be the core for this layer, because this layer is from these points to the bottom of the layer base is 2 pixels, or not 2 things. You'll see it'll look like that. It'll settle in like that. Now up for the last piece, the driver. Now, if you thought the disc could be varying, the driver, basically, you have no limitations. Like, over here I have, like, a bunch of Lego drivers. I've experimented with a lot of drivers. Like, here's just a giant piece, and this one is basically Anchor, but a Lego driver with a rubber wheel attached around it. You can make any driver you want, but for today's episode, we're going back to the same driver we used last time, only slightly different. Basically, take a round piece, take a round plate with a curved shape, boom, skippity bop boop bop, done. Now we have all the parts we need. Now I'm going to show you how to assemble the Beyblade. So first take your ring, then take your core and put it on the bottom of the chip, like that. Now put the chip on the 2 prongs. Now take this and disc and put it on there. Now take the driver, put it on the middle of the disc, and boom, done. Now, on as to how to launch it. Now, this is the most difficult part, because you need 2 very specific pieces. You need a big Lego rubber wheel and this cone shape. And a launcher, of course. I recommend a Hasbro ripcord launcher, because it doesn't work that well with its Karatomi ripcord launcher, or string launcher. But basically, take this cone and put it into the rubber wheel so that they're basically completely even. They're completely even. Now, basically put the prongs of the launcher into the wheel. So now you see when I pull this, the launcher directly spins this. Now you can see there's some holes on here. You can basically, these whole gaps, you put the 2 prongs of the bait in, twist it a little bit, and boom. Now you got your launcher. Oh, get back here. But basically, yeah. Also, with the design you choose for your ring, make sure that this is always 1 block above the rest of it. Otherwise, it won't work. But yeah, this is the template bay. I'll show you my other Lego Beyblades. And the first one you might recognize from my... Okay, I'm going to show you all of the Lego Beyblades. But the first one you might recognize from the first video where I showed you how to make Beyblade mods. Clockwork Creation. Now, it looks a bit different as it did in that video because I updated it to this new system I've made. It has a very tall core, and it actually has a really cool gimmick. It's still dual. First, it has a ton of little gimmicks. Like, these spots, they act like the wheels on Curse Satan. These can, like, basically if a Beyblade comes in, it can hit this, it can tilt. Now, right now it's in right spin mode. The driver has basically a mode changing gimmick, where, let me just reattach the Basically, when putting this on, when putting this on, you can have two different modes. One is the attached mode where the holes go on the prongs. The other one is where you keep them off the prongs and just don't push it in. This is like a free spin mode. And the disc, you can actually like swap the way the mode of the disc and change the positions. And it'll stay in whatever position you have it, even when they launch this. Now the core gimmick, not a gimmick about the core, but the main gimmick is how you switch it from right to left. Basically, it's the exact same as World Spriggan's gimmick. That on there. Hey, where'd the core go? Oh yeah, I took it out to use it as an example earlier. Now, where'd I put the core? Huh. Give me a sec. I'm gonna have to, Okay, I, knocked that off. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, the core. Where did I put that? Give me a sec. I'm gonna pause the video and try and find the core. Okay, I found the core right after I paused it, but let me just take this, and boom, now it's left spin. Basically, it actually looks really close to, it too. Now, this one you'll also recognize from the, other video where I worked on a Lego Beyblade. This one doesn't actually really have a name, but it's the evolved form of the Bay in that video. That I made that one. It has the anchorish driver called Adventure. You can change the height of this pole by pushing it in and pulling it out. It also has basically like a fused mode. This is fused mode. Then you can angle it slightly, so now you can see teeth extend beyond the layer. And that's non-fused mode. Next up is Bedrock Bulliman. No, it's not Solomon. It's the same, but starts with a B. And no, yes, I actually made this one before Solomon came out. And it's also in this system too. It has a fused disc and driver, which this one's supposed to have a spring in it, like power or nothing. But right now I don't have the spring in it, so it's just like boring. And last up we have Left Spin Death Scyther. That's legitimately what I've called it because I couldn't come up with a name. Those are all my Lego Beyblades. And now we're gonna go test Proto. That's what I've named this one. To the stadium. Okay, I kind of lied. We didn't go to the stadium. We brought the stadium to us. But first up, we're gonna go against Hazard Kirbyus. We're gonna go against Hazard Kirbyus 7 Atomic. So let me just get both bays on the launchers. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Now, I launched it gently because I kind of don't want it to break. But I'm going to launch it more strongly this time. Oh, great. The driver fell off. Yeah, this one's just getting pummeled because Proto is being pummeled because its disc has no weight. Okay. Now you can also set a Beyblade into Ultra Launch by putting it directly on the things. Like, on the things. That allows for a... Oh. Basically allows for a power launch. Which is just a launch, but really, really powerful. Or not really, really powerful, just a bit more powerful than a normal launch. Yeah, but Proto's just being pummeled. Okay. How about let's see how Proto does against a good stamina type. Let's see if how it works changes at all. You know, I kind of want it to burst. No, I kind of want it to burst it off. Yeah. This Lego Bay is undeniably horrible, but let's see how it does against an attack type. That's the real question. Can it handle an attack? You know, I would consider this a balanced type, except for the fact that it isn't balanced at all. Attack type, do your worst. Oh! This guy's just getting bodied. You know what? In order to even the weight, he's gonna go up against Hazard Kerbeus Atomic. Just no disc. I think the outcome might still be the same. Because this bay's weight, actually, you know, it might change. Oh, it's even now. Okay, oh. It still gets KO'd because of its square shape. Huh. You know, I'm gonna make another video where I just battle a bunch with these Lego Beyblades and just see exactly where they stand in the meta. But what we know is this Lego Beyblade is horrible. Sorry, Proto, you just suck. But be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to get notified of when I upload my next video. I'm Nightmare Shadow Gaming. Goodbye for now.